I started to ask even larger questions, because at that time I was dealing with physical pain, psychological pain, and I turned to the mainstream pharmaceutical industry and the mainstream doctors for help. And that really didn't get me anywhere. It just masks the symptoms, but it's not necessarily working at the root cause. So I started looking for alternative ways to heal myself. And at the same time, I started asking those questions. Why am I here? What's the point of suffering? What is this accidental life? And also, up until that very point, I was an atheist. I was born and raised in Communist Czechoslovakia, and atheism was the way of life for a crushing majority of the population. So I never even questioned that, and sort of lived my life authentically. It did serve me well on some levels. But the idea of God existing or not existing, that was settled for me, that there is no such thing as God, and that was that. So this was the first time I really started questioning that. If this is a accidental life, we just accidentally are born just out of nowhere, and when we pass away, we literally turn to dust, and that's that. And it was at that point when that really stopped making sense. And because I asked those questions really for the first time on the heels of my emotional and physical suffering, something told me that I should just turn on the TV and scroll through channels. And that's exactly what I did. And I came across Oprah Winfrey's show. And I never really watched her show before that. But her show came on, and it immediately grabbed my attention because her guest was Dr. Eben Alexander, who was a neurosurgeon who ended up going into a very deep coma, during which time his brain stopped functioning and was in a really bad shape beyond any hope of healing. And so he was in a very deep coma for about 3 weeks, and against all odds, he recovered from that coma, and his brain completely healed and regenerated. And within months, he was able to actually write a book. And in that book, he described what happened to him during the time that his body was really in an active dying, and his brain was liquefied, basically. So he had an incredible experience during that time, and being